Hello Epic 7 newbies, this is Suspect Amy, and I'm here to do a quick video about boots. Not only are these one of the most important gear slots in Epic 7, they're also the hardest to get good pieces for. You may be thinking,
Nah, I don't need boots.
You will once you try them.
It's like the boot is French kissing my foot.
For some context, I recently did a video about purging my overflowing inventory, and as part of that purge, I decided to count my gear, and here's the result. I have way less boots than I do any other gear slot, and to be honest, this is kind of holding back my account. I feel like most other players are in a similar boat, so I'll cover how I adjusted my boot process to try and fix this imbalance. There are two problems with boots. First is that 80% of the heroes you own will want speed as their main boot stat. This means in order for you to consider upgrading some boots, they need to have speed main stat and be a decent starting gear score. This instantly disqualifies like 99% of the boots you will ever get from farming and crafting. The second issue is that boots are absolutely where most of your gear upgrade charms will go to die. Due to the scarcity problem I mentioned before, boots can't be sold for upgrade resources. They have to be extracted. You heard that right. You can never recover any upgrading materials you spent on failed boots. This means that the more you focus on upgrading boots, the more you'll cripple the other gear slots that use those same charms. Now that that's out of the way, let's dive into how a lazy girl like me goes about getting a sweet pair of bum kickers. I farmed Rift all weekend and I cleaned up all of the other gear except boots. I'm sitting on like 160 boots that came from Rift and Hunt farming. See how my inventory is overflowing. The first thing I do is extract any boots below 26 gear score. Also make sure you uncheck the speed substat option at the bottom. We don't speed check boots, so there's no need for this. You can see that we immediately lost over 140 pieces of equipment, and all we have left is about a dozen pieces. Now you understand how farming Rift all weekend will result in just a few upgradable boots. Let's go through these and see which ones we want to keep. I'm a big proponent about not caring about substats and main stats, but with boots, I have to be a little pickier. Remember, all upgrade charms spent on boots can't be recovered, so spending charms on pieces that just don't make any sense is a waste. 33 starting gear score is awesome, but this is a speed set with a flat attack main stat. Most of the time, if you equip speed set on someone, you want a speed main stat. But I'm okay with keeping this piece because every stat here is offensive and it has a great gear score. Lifesteal set with flat defense main stat. It has a good starting gear score, and I think defense scaling counter heroes like Aurea or Abyssal Euphine could use this. This is a tough choice, but I'm gonna trash this. Immunity. The only negative here is the flat attack, but we could get lucky and dodge this. I'll keep it. Two issues with this piece, a flat main and 2 flat subs. Trash. This is a bit better. It has a percent main at least. Still, 2 flat subs is a concern. This means every roll I do has a 50% chance of going into a flat, which is terrible for gear score. Let's risk it. Speed set with a flat main and 1 flat sub. Not great, but I'm a bit desperate here, so let's keep it. Speed main stat is awesome. Only 1 flat sub, this is a keeper. I don't even know who would use this piece. The subs in the set don't line up with the main, so let's trash it. Counter is probably the only set that doesn't care about speed, and so many good counter units want health, so I'll hold on to this piece. Ugh. Destruction with defense main stat. Maybe a really slow Lionheart Sirmia can use this? Not worth it. Trash. I'll trash everything else below 27 gear score. I'm desperate, but not that desperate. I want to do a gear upgrading session today, so let me bring in all of the boots that I have been saving in storage just for this occasion. You can see it's only about 25 pieces total. This is from saving pieces for almost 2 months. Compare this to how many weapons I have waiting to be upgraded. There's a huge difference. Boot conversion time. Let's create 20 of these speed essences because we only care about speed boots. You may be asking, why stop at 20? Why not just create all of my speed essences here? I would if I could, but remember, focusing too many upgrade resources on boots will hurt your other equipment slots. That's a consideration you need to make here. We'll go to equipment conversion and make ourselves some speed boots. Oh my god, I noticed this while editing the video, but I never saw this before. Repeat craft. What the hell? Did you guys know this exists? You can see how painful my manual crafting is in this video. That's something I need to take advantage of next time. So for every other equipment slot, I have kind of a high gear score limit. Left side pieces have to be at least 30. Rings and necklaces need to be 29. Boots I have to go lower. With all of these speed main stat pieces I crafted, I'll happily take anything as low as 27 gear score. Why? Because pretty much all of these speed boots I'm making will be reforged. Reforge mats for equipment conversion pieces are separate than the reforge mats you get from farming. You will usually have a ton of these mats on hand, so it's a no-brainer to reforge all of these crafted boots to make their speed even faster. Okay, let's purge any boots below 27 gear score and lock everything else. Based on how many charms I've been saving, I think I want between 50 and 60 upgradable boots ready to go. So I'll go back and make more essences if I need to. There we go, let's start the upgrading process. As usual, I'll swap my lobby pet to gear upgrade mode, and I'll activate my gear upgrading bonus. Charms are so rare that you really need to do every little thing you can to save this resource. Highest gear score first. These ones start with over 40 gear score, so we'll just plus 15 these right away. There's zero chance these will not be usable pieces, but what I really want is for these to get over 100 gear score. Come on, 100 gear score.
Not good enough.
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 Wow, for a level 88 piece of gear, these are unusually bad rolls. Like, overly bad. I think I need to reset this piece. Let's try this again. 100 gear score, come to mama. Moving on. This piece is crazy. It's a level 85 piece with a starting gear score of 37. That is ridiculous. For reference, I get really excited for a 32 gear score on level 85 pieces, so this is off the charts. Great rolls too. I have a whole video on how to lazily check if something is rolling good or bad, so I won't go too deep into it here. But you really just want to look at the added gear score. If you have 10 gear score for every roll, then you're doing great. I pumped 5 rolls into this, so 50 or higher here means it rolled well. 56 is excellent. So, the beautiful combination of a high starting gear score and high rolls means this will reforge into, wow, 106 gear score. Crazy. This is just my luck. 106 is probably the 3rd or 4th best gear score piece on my account, and this is just kind of a weird piece. It will be great for any health scaling counter unit, and we have a lot of those, so this will definitely get used. 34 gear score. Awesome starting point. But now that I'm not dealing with ridiculous gear scores anymore, I need to be a little more careful to not waste charms here, so I'll get into my usual gear upgrading system. Let's pump 3 rolls into this and see if we get over 30 added gear score. Come on, 30. Spot on. Good rolls. Can I see 40? Nice, another great roll. Now get me over 50. 51. Love it, and my standing rule is anything gear score 85 or higher is an instant reforge. Wonderful. 100 gear score. Can I see 30? Awesome rolls. Can I see 40? Spectacular. Now getting over 50 is guaranteed. This is why I reset that piece previously. Level 88 pieces should naturally get higher roll scores, so when that one rolled a 49 or whatever, that was a slap in the face. Give me 30. Give me 40. 39. Bummer, but it's not terrible. Let's keep going. Get me 50. 51. Love it. Let's see 30. Ugh. 27. Those are not good rolls. Should I keep going or bail? I've done a few videos on a really lazy way to determine if you should bail on a piece. Everything works off what you set as your minimum gear score for a piece before you spend your charms. As I mentioned before, for boots, I'll upgrade them if they have 27 gear score or higher. You can do 5 upgrade rolls on each piece. And if a good roll is considered to be 10 added gear score, it's easy to see what you expect from a maxed out piece. In my case, 77 gear score is max score I expect when starting from my lowest acceptable gear score. This means anything below 77 should be trash. That 77 is the gauge we use to determine if we should keep rolling or not. In this case, I started with 33 gear score, so this gives us some wiggle room for bad rolls compared to if I was starting with 27 gear score. I dumped 3 rolls into this and got a 27, so that's an average of 9 per roll. It's not great, but not terrible. I can project what the end gear score is going to look like if I just add 10 for how many rolls I have left. So my projection is, if I keep going, I'll end up with an 80 gear score piece. This is higher than my 77 trash limit, so I know I should keep rolling even though my rolls aren't that good. Let's say I got really terrible rolls. You can see that this is estimated to be lower than my trash threshold, so I would immediately stop upgrading this piece and throw it in the garbage. Sorry for the detour. Okay, let's put another roll into this. Nice, that was actually an 11 roll, so this piece got better. We'll finish this off. Awesome recovery there. Like I said, every piece above your trash threshold with speed main stat should probably just be reforged no matter what. Nice. 100 gear score from a piece that started with low rolls. Can't complain about that. Time to go into Hyperdrive. To speed this up, I'll just look at potential max gear score on every roll. As long as it remains 77 or higher, I can keep rolling. 3 rolls here. 80 potential, 78 potential, 81, good, next. 79 potential, 80 potential, nice. 83 potential, 85 potential. Wow, this could be an amazing piece here. 88, this is insane. Reforge time, 103 gear score. This is another weird piece. Who is a slow health scaling unit who needs crit damage? Maybe Bellion. See? This is an extra benefit of having a waifu-only account. I only need to memorize the kits of like 60% of the heroes in the game. 74 potential. Wow, worst rolls ever. Trash. 76 potential. This is under my 77 trash threshold, but this is speed main stat and it's really close. For these speed main stat boots, I'm kind of desperate, so there will be a tad more gambling outside my rules here. Still 76 potential. Come on, you can do it. 77. Okay, terrible rolls, but it hit my threshold, and like I said, all of these crafted boots with a speed main stat, just reforge them no matter what. 72 potential. Trash. 81 potential. 80 potential. 85. Nice roll. Rules are rules. 85 and higher. Let's reforge this. Okay, I think you guys get the point. I'll go ahead and wrap this video up. Anyways, by focusing more on my boots, like lowering my minimum gear score and crafting more speed boots than usual, I was able to rebalance my account a bit better. I recommend grabbing a calculator and just adding these numbers up really quickly. It only takes a few seconds per slot, but it's very helpful at pointing out what areas of your gear you need to focus on. Remember how I said that boots are where charms go to die? This screen isn't even showing epic charms I had, but look at all the charms I started with at the beginning of my boot upgrading session, and look at how many I ended with. Insane. That's all I have today. Thanks for watching my video. Bye, everyone.